If you put a finger on my sister, guaranteed your head pop, pop, pop just like blister. I might smile and grin, but trust me, darling, when it comes to...
What's good, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. It's your girl Miss Sydz, and I'm back with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my best makeup of 2021. It might be a little bit late to post, but we're still in January, so hopefully it should be okay. So if you are new to the channel and you do love makeup content, make sure you do subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and also put your post notifications onto all. I can't stress that enough, because if you don't, you may miss, notifications when I upload, and I don't want you guys to be missing out. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. So first of all, I got some new lighting, extra lighting, so hopefully it makes my whole process of me filming in the night better. Secondly, if I don't look 10:10, it's because I've been filming since 11 o'clock this morning. It's now literally 9:45 at night. Same makeup, same hair, same everything. So let's just ignore that. So jumping into the products. Now brows, I'm gonna skip that completely because I am very boring when it comes to my brow routine. Girl like me don't invest in brow products. I'm just regular schmegler, fill them in, carve them out, good to go. But primers, I do have a few. So first off, girl, this Milk Hydro Grip Primer does a lot for me. Okay, I do have no to try combination skin, so anything that's hydrating, dewy for my skin is a win-win. But this is just a revolutionary to me because one, it is hydrating, but it's not overly hydrating to the point that it makes your face look oily, but it's the grip essence for me. Like when I use this primer, my makeup lasts all day long. So even though I was cussing myself out about not looking 10:10 today, I used that primer, and girl, kids were all touching my face and everything, and my face still looks quite decent. And quite a lot of oily combination people do like this primer as well, so I do feel like it's quite suitable for a lot of skin types. Milk did their thing, okay, with this primer. This is actually my second tube as well, and I'm already halfway. Child. Anyway, next primer I will mention is the Huda Beauty Water Jelly. Once again, it's almost done. I actually like using this primer on its own as like a skincare product. I know that might sound a little bit sad when I don't even wear makeup. Affordable primers, I would definitely say the MUA. And I have to shout out to my virtual sister Medea J, also on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. I saw her use these in her videos a while ago, picked them up, and this is like the best combination. This one is the Banana Blur one, and it's actually mattifying with vitamin E, but it's not mattifying to the point that I feel dry, and it does help to minimize some of my pores and just blurs the textures. And then when I top off with this one, which is the moisturizing primer with vitamin A and E and tea tree oil, sis, these two together, banging. And then the last one I will probably say is the Fenty one. This is actually almost done. It's literally done here. I really like this. Now, I wouldn't say this is the most hydrating primer, sorry, but it just does something. I don't know what it is. It just does something to the skin, girl. And then when you apply your base, whew, it just makes the base look really nice and healthy. So we're gonna go into foundation. Put back the hair, girl. Now, in 2021, I feel like the trend was less was more. Less is more. Considering that last year was my worst year of my life, my skin was actually quite decent, and I actually really enjoyed not having a full coverage vibe going on. So the first one I'm going to mention is the Fenty Eaze Drop Tinted Moisturizers, wherever the backside of the car, yeah? These were dropped last year. Riri did her thing when she dropped these bad boys, because when I say these are the most beautiful, lightweight, flawless filter effect, oh, it just gives me life. So I got two shades, shade 22 and shade 21. Beautiful formula, so lightweight, and it just made your skin just look better. It's literally like a better version of your natural skin. I wouldn't recommend these products if you love a full coverage. Only thing is that I do need to mix, because the shade 22 is a nice shade, like skin shade wise, but the undertone is really red and warm. And shade 21 is also a nice skin shade, but the undertone is a little bit more olive. Now, so that's the only thing I'll probably say. It was a little bit of a downfall because the shades is not all that, sis. But girl, the formula, The next products I'm going to mention, they're actually quite old, to be fair, but honestly, loving First of all, the NYX Born To Glow. This is hands down one of my favorite affordable foundation. Oh, the coverage, the formula, the shade. Like, I feel like this near enough matches my shade almost perfectly in comparison to the other foundations that I have. I just love the fact that it's hydrating, because you know me, I love a hydrating face. I actually got it on today. I cannot put this down. Easy to use. I don't need to finesse it too much. The undertone is not too weird for me. I just love it. So this foundation is beautiful. Now the NYX Total Pro, Total Control Pro, I think it did come out last year, because I think they reformulated this one from before, or maybe they do have the old original one still selling now. This is literally almost empty as well. Both of the shades that I've got, by the way, is Cocoa. I love this. This has like more of a velvet, silky finish to the skin. Oh, it glides on like a dream, blends in beautifully, and it's not matte and it's not hydrating. It's like a demi matte to me. Back to another foundation, an oldie but goodie, to the point that I even lost its damn lid, is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Freshwear. If you're a type of person that just love that typical natural freshwear finish, this foundation, it gives you skin but better with a little bit of coverage, like depending how many pumps you use this. But this is a beautiful foundation. I would definitely say out of all the Infallible ranges from L'Oreal, this is my favorite one. When it's spring and it's not too warm, so you can do a little bit of something to the face, but you just want that fresh look, nobody can have chat for me. Now to go for something a little bit luxe, minus my NARS natural foundation, because I will love that to the day I die, I have really been loving the Charlotte Tilbury one, the Airbrush Flawless Finish foundation. This foundation, when you wear it on the days when you want to look sick, like you want to look beat to the gods, Adam, Eve, Jesus, Moses himself, this is the one for me. Like, the formula is just bad. It's so nice. It's flawless. It just gives you this beautiful coverage. Honestly, to the point that when I see my natural textures, which I tend to get a lot on like my forehead, you won't really see that when I use this, especially pairing up with a certain primer. This foundation is beautiful. So when I feel a little bit luxe, I want to use this. The only knockoff with this is the undertones for me. I don't know what Charlotte I do in that lab there when she creates these foundations, yeah, because the undertone is just so off. Like, this shade is 60 neutral and this is red, not a neutral in this, yeah. So I don't know where they got that label from. And then lastly, back to the less is more, Huda Beauty GLOWISH. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit expensive, yeah, especially when you only get to about 10 grams in it. But this formula, oh my gosh, I don't know what she put in it, but it is amazing. Like, when you literally, and I mean literally, want a no makeup effect, this is your girl. It's like, I buff it in with my beauty blender and it just melts. You can literally see it melting into your skin. It doesn't sit on top, it just melts, and it just gives you like this flawless finish. Your skin is just even. It looks very natural. Some people will probably use this as like an all-over face powder, which I have used it like that before, and it's very nice. It gives your beat an extra beat. But I sometimes do use this as like a quick base when I just want to quickly run errands but want to look put together and not look like I've been dragged out of hell. This is what I use, and oh, it's just amazing. Now for concealers, to be fair, I haven't really branched out with many concealers, to be honest. I would definitely mention Too Faced Born This Way. These are my absolute favorites. Coverage, formula, the way it blends, it doesn't crease. I've got like loads of fine lines around my eye areas. I've got deep set under eyes, and this formula just works really, really well. Now, NARS Natural Radiant Concealer, just amazing to me, okay? This is just amazing to me. Probably one of my favorite concealers of all time. It literally gives you that natural radiant finish. 10/10. Now I can't remember if this was launched last year, but the Revolution Ultimate Radiant Under Eye Concealer, which I think I did do a comparison between these two. No, this didn't come out last year, did it? I don't think it did. Yeah, I remember. But this is a really nice concealer. If you're definitely dry under the eyes and you just literally crave that soothing, soft creaminess effect on your eyes, this is your gal. Blends out so flawlessly. It's just so radiant. Oh, it's just, it's like, it's juicy. Honestly, it is beautiful. The shades are not really that great. I use the shade C13, which is usually the shade that I use from the other Revolution Conceal and Define concealers. But this is a little bit more neutral in comparison to the other ones. The only thing I will also say about this formula is that you do need to layer to get some coverage and allow it to sit and then blend, because if you apply and then blend straight away, you ain't gonna see none. But the new concealer that came out last year that I have been enjoying is the Anastasia Beverly Hills, what's this called? Magic Touch concealer. This concealer is bad. I mean, opaque, pigmented, coverage, creamy, blends out flawlessly, no creasing, doesn't budge, amazing. Shades are a little bit whack, I'm sorry, but they're not really that great. The shade that I've got is shade 23 and it is quite warmer in comparison to the other concealers that I have and I go for. But once finessed, depending on your foundation and the translucent powder, it works out really nice. And I'm not a person that actually buys a lot of Anastasia Beverly Hills makeup products for no particular reason, but this is a product that I have thoroughly enjoyed ever since it came out. Okay, so powder time, yeah? This is where it gets very boring. Laura Mercier translucent powder. Sorry? Take two. The L'Oreal. Time for night nights. The Laura Mercier translucent powder. This will always be my favorite. I'm sorry. I do prefer the honey one because it's just got that nice light yellow tint to it, but the translucent one also works like perfectly well for me as well. I just love this. This formula is just the best for me, especially where I am very funny with translucent powders. But this powder, hands down, no matter what concealer I use, from cheapest to the most expensive, from all different type of brands, this works with it pretty much well, without fail. Like, I don't think twice. Like, she comes with me everywhere. This same said powder come with me everywhere you think it's a joke. The other one that I have been loving as well is the Black Opal. I mean, I've always loved Black Opal powders, but I gave it a rest, as you do. But then probably from like the middle of last year, I just started to use this more and more and more. I saw her using this and she always raves about it. And I was like, yeah, I remember that powder. And then ever since I started using it again, yeah, can't put it down. So those two are my favorite powders. When it comes to pressed powders, Charlotte Tilbury. I was watching this woman on YouTube for years, follow her for a long time, and she always raves about this powder. I'm thinking, nah, I need to test this out. Girl, when I say I put this on my face, you think anyone can have chat for me when I do a full beat and have this on my face? Are you mad? Two shades. Number 4, Dead Out. Clean, nothing in there, yeah? Number 3 has a few crumbs left. Literally has a few crumbs left, but try now. I bought another one, yeah? Hear me out. If you want that flawless airbrush finish, yeah, it will change your life. Now, personally, I don't use this all over my face. I only use it in the areas where I apply my concealers, and especially under my under eye. You know what I'm trying to say. Especially in this area. And where I've got that deep set under eyes and loads of fine lines, oh God, it just minimizes that. It just makes it look so flawless and airbrush. Oh, honestly, this is something that I will buy religiously. It's expensive, man, I lie. I think it's like £35 for this liquid powder, yeah. And you get what? 8 grams on a tapered brush. Like, the tapered brush is just the best. And you just literally do buff it under the eyes. It just does something to me. Cream products was the way forward. That was probably my favorite time of last year, is when cream products came out. You guys know me. If you know me, if you watch me, you guys know I love a blush. I am not shy. I am not scared when it comes to blush. Like, me love a blush. Me can't do makeup and not apply blush. I just feel like I just look weird. When Made by Mitchell dropped these blush, yeah, I was like, okay, cool. And I tried them. And I'm telling you, I can never go back. My favourite one is Where's the SPF. This is your typical, beautiful, vibrant orange. Dark skin people, you can't go wrong. I'm sorry, I know that looks really scary, but when you blend it out, it's not that bad. Like, look at that. Are you okay? Like, these blushes are so pigmented. Like, a little goes a long way, and it has like this really nice demi matte formula, so you don't even really need to set it with a powder blush if you don't want to, especially if you're going for the no makeup look. But the formula is just amazing. Apply on your skin, little 3 dots, blend it out. Oh, it just gives you, the formula is, I'm sorry. Made by Mitchell. You literally just broke the record when you came up with this, because they're long lasting, and that's what I need, because for some weird reason blushes tends to disappear on my face. With the help of these and then applying a powder blush on top, amazing. For affordable blush, I would definitely say NYX. Once again, shout out to my homegirl Tashai, who's also on YouTube. So beautiful once again. Like, oh, the shade is very similar to Where's the SPF from Made by Mitchell. It's just really nice. It's not as pigmented and as opaque as the Made by Mitchell, but for the price and, you know, for it being NYX, it's actually really, really nice. Now for powder blush, okay, Revolution, XX Revolution. Love the blushes. I personally feel like the XX Revolution blushes have more shades catering for a lot of skin tones, especially dark skin tones. You will find some wicked vivid shades from that range. One of my favorite ones when I go for more of a pinky girly vibe is Jitta. Me think so. The thing's so dotty me can't even see, but I think her name is Jitta. And she looks like this. It's probably looking really washed out, but she is a cute one. But my favorite one, once again, is orange, and this one is called Jaded, I believe. Oh, formula is opaque. It's not chalky and powdery. Now, Miss Pat McGrath. Oh, child, I suppose she didn't take my money last year, you know. But this blush, yeah, what's it called? I don't know. What is this called? Sweet Divine Skin Fetish Divine Blush in the shade Electric Bloom. I still need to get the other shade, but these formulas are this, I don't know how to really explain it, but it's like, it's not powdery, it's just soft satin, silk even, and it just melts. Literally, it just melts. Like, when I applied this, I was just like, is this real? Like, it literally just melts. Like, you can't see, oh no, like you can't see any powder residue on there. Do you see that shade? It's just amazing, and it just melts. Now, I'm expecting that for the price of what it is. If you're more of a natural sis and you like a little bit of a softer look, Huda Beauty Glowish one. Now, the size of this, yeah, is actually a liberty, yeah, but she is cute. The shade that I've got is Berry Juicy, but when I say this is natural, and I mean natural, but it also has more of a, not a glittery sheen, but more of a glowy essence to it. So when you apply it, you see the color of the blush, but then you see like this nice sort of glow residue on it as well. And especially when you literally have bare minimal makeup and you just want to pop a color, a little bit of sheen, when you turn your face this way and you see it pop in, this is your girl. Subtle, beautiful, fresh looking. Now jumping onto bronzers. You guys know me, I love to bronze, okay? Bronzing is just also my thing. Cream bronzers came out once again. Made by Mitchell killed it with his, what's it called, blush bronzer. This is my second one, and this is literally, it's come to its end. Like, I have to literally do that. It's come to its end. It comes with this like a nice little doe foot applicator. You apply it, and when it blends, oh my gosh, the formula alone is just magic. It just spreads nicely, it just sits perfectly, and it has like a nice sort of demi soft matte, so you don't really need to set it if you don't want to. The shade that I use is shade and Lay. This is one of the best blushes, best cream bronzers I have ever come across in my life. I could not stop buying this. Like, this is no way. And even though this is slightly off topic, but I have to mention this tool from Morphe, the E63. It did take a long time for it to come to the UK, as per usual. This has definitely changed the game when it comes to blending up my cream bronzers. Now, I haven't used this for the foundation, and I know this is technically a foundation brush, but for bronzers, oh my gosh. And then especially when you want to really define hair in your hairline, and you literally just tap, 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 and you just blend that bad boy out, like, oh, it's just the best thing since sliced bread. The other cream bronzer I definitely have to mention, which is more pricier, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills cream bronzer in the shade Chestnut. Very similar shade to Shade and Laid. Consistency is obviously different because this is like more of a balm cream, then this is more of like a liquid cream, if that makes sense. Like, I love both of them, and even though they work quite similar, I still love both of them separately, if that makes sense. Just so nice, just amazing. I feel like I've been saying that throughout this whole entire video, but that's literally how I feel. Like, now, the only thing I will probably definitely say that I have changed my routine and how I do my makeup is when I do use a cream bronzer, because it's more warmer, I do go in with more of a contour shade. And the one that I've been using, or the bronzer I've been using, is the one from Fenty Beauty, but in the shade Thick Mint. I love this. She is dirty. Me not have it clean up, I'm sitting there. I'm sorry, no manners. This shade Thick Mint is so nice because it's not cool, but it's not red. It's like neutral. So when you apply this on top of a warm bronzer, it just gives you that definition. So you get the warmth from the bronzer, the cream bronzer, but then you get the definition from the shade Thick Mint, and it's just a perfect concussion for me. I'm sorry, and obviously I love the formula from this anyway, from before, but Thick Mint, no, when she did come about and I saw her pop up, I was a little bit skeptical about Thick Mint. But then when we start use her now on top of a cream bronzer, you think anybody can have chat for me? Highlighters has always been a, not a love or hate relationship, but I've always been sometimes with it. Like, one minute I would love highlighting, the next minute I'll be like, not interested. But you guys would definitely not be surprised what I'm about to mention, because I literally talk about this in almost every other video. The Splendor highlighters from Revolution, I'm pretty sure this came out last year. I cannot put this down. I think they retail for like £8. You get 13 grams. And my shades that I have is Lit From Within, which is this one. Like, it's a beautiful gold shade. And also Luminous. Oh, you guys know, if you've been following me religiously, I use this like it's going out of fashion. When it comes to highlighters, I like Lit From Within. I don't really like foily, texturizing, glittery, chunky highlighters. It just doesn't suit me. Now, the only thing about this line that I have noticed, that some of the shades consistency is different. So some people have lighter shades and they're like chalky and dusty. I didn't experience with these two particular shades I have in my hand. Want a beautiful highlighter that's just stunning. Oh, these are your girls. The touch of it is not that cute, but girl. And this rose gold shade Luminous, for me, especially on top of a blush like this, I'm done. And the amount that you get as well, that would take me years to finish, to the point it probably really don't expire. Now, obviously you guys know that I'm not really into eyeshadows. It's just not really my thing, girl. But for eye primer, Revolution Ultimate Eye Base, I really do love it. I haven't tried the Juvia's Place one yet, but this is the only primer that I've come across that I've actually thoroughly enjoyed, and I feel like it just works for me. Minimizes the creasing, I just love it, and it just allows my eyeshadow to apply very nicely. But speaking about eyeshadows, number one is the Be Perfect Carnival one, the Antidote. Love the color story. It's just all me. Like, you get your reds, your purples, your yellows, oranges, you've got your neutrals here, and you've got your greens. Those are my favorite shades. So when I want to go to palette and want to jazz it up a little piece, I just use this palette. Swatches are not really that great, but the formulas of the mattes and the shimmers in here are absolutely amazing. But to go for more of a cheaper alternative, definitely Beauty Bay palettes. I cannot put these down. Like, I actually feel excited to play with eyeshadows when I think about Beauty Bay palettes. The Wilderness came out last year. Definitely not my favorite story because once again it's greens, shmonnies, and it's got your blues, your reds. Oh, this palette alone is just so stunning. The formulas of these palettes, the pigmentation, the shimmers, the size of the pans, the packaging, for the price, you cannot go wrong. I'm sorry, like, you can't go wrong. I've got the new romantic one, which came out I think also last year, actually, around Valentine's. So that was that. Book of Magic unfortunately has been discontinued, but it looks like so. And then lastly, the one that I have recently tested out is the Age of Opulence one. Well, it's like so. I'm here for more. Bring them all to me. So then lastly, we're down to setting sprays. Oldie, but such a goodie. I'm to the point that I'm so peed off that it took me so long to jump on it. The Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. Now, I have the hydrating one, which I love, but this gets me because of the mist. Like, I love that whole fine mist vibe. It's just a bit of me. And it really sets your makeup and it gives you that natural sort of glow back to your face. It gets rid of that powdery look. So beautiful. Like, this spray is actually really amazing. I don't know why it took me so long, and it's very suitable for loads of skin types as well, which I love. So yeah, Morphe Continuous Set Spray, thank you very much. The next one I would definitely say is the Milk. There's actually hardly anything in there, like, you're winding me up. It's literally the Milk Hydro Grip one. Grips, sets, hydrates, boom. Literally says, it does what it says. It does what it says. If you having them dry days, this is the one for you. And then lastly, which also took me quite long to hop on, is the Charlotte Tilbury one, which is almost done. Now, the only thing about this that I know is that if you spray too much and too close, you can literally feel your skin tighten. And to be honest, these two are very similar in my eyes anyway, on what I experienced. But I would just say the Milk Hydro Grip is just more dewy than a Charlotte Tilbury one. But when I say I set my face with this bad boy, my makeup ain't going nowhere. Brings life back to your skin. Girl, you're expensive, but I love her. So. But yeah guys, that is pretty much the end of the video. Probably pretty much a long video, so hopefully it turned out okay. And thank you so much if you have watched this from beginning to end, and I would love to see you guys in my next video. Bye.
And boom, that on the show like big up my sister.